Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edward, and here we are back to Operation Wallflower, where we have our high altitude surveillance plane with active camo. So I was contemplating a few things, and one being this. So, like this system here. Should I really even have a go circling the enemy? And I'm like, I don't think that's really necessary. But I think what would be necessary would be a nice autopilot system which will automatically go to where I need to go so people can just sit here and chill while the person in the back is doing all their surveillance stuff. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna rearrange a few things. I might keep all this data here, all this input here. So yes, our range, let's have this be altitude. Altitude set, and it's gonna be altitude, and activate autopilot. Pilot. Okay, leaving the system here, we have our altitude set, okay. This can perhaps do a lot of good things. Auto pilot computer. And get rid of it. Get rid of all that. Radius is now changed to alt set. Pilot yaw. Don't care. Clean all this stuff out. Zoom. Current radius. Get rid of that. Okay, so this is when things get interesting. Oh, wait, the map. Shoot. Oopsie. Let me get the mapsies here. There we go. Copy that. There we go. Screen map. X and Y will be current X coordinate, then the current Y coordinate, and zoom is zoom. Okay, we're good there. So you got a map that's mapping. Should probably put another thing. Give me a square rectangle fill. There you go. W times 0.5, height times 0.5, width 1 by 1. There you go. Just a little dot in the center just to show where we are. So, oh my, here's another issue we have to resolve. So, we're altering from a simple circling mechanism to a full-on autopilot that's going to take us to where we need to go. Okay, well, what am I gonna do here? Alright, so this is the stuff that's gonna be inputted. Okay. And it's all gonna come over here. We're gonna need a numerical switch box for this. Oh, hey, look, we got one right here. Yay. You're gonna be over here, because you're gonna be activating both things. So, numerical switch box right here. Okay, so you are also engaging all of these. So while it's off, regular pilot information works as it should. Just dandy, right? When it's on, that's when other data up here will come into play. So now I'm going to need another outgoing set. 1, 2, 3. All numbers, all outputs. So here we go. Output. Let's call it output pitch, output roll, and output yaw. Okie doke. Oh, this is a very complex computer indeed. Oh dear, I should probably find a way to organize this better. Yeah, let me go and slide this here and put that there. Okay, so there's that. Now, where's that coming? That is gonna sit up top of here. Which are those? Okay, then yaw to yaw, roll to roll, and pitch to pitch. Brilliant. So we got all these dudes here. That's good. Now, we need some logical components to take into account here. Yeah. So now we have to think about how would it fly? And we're gonna set limitations. Yes, we have to set limitations. Okay, so we got our Lua, and now we need 3, 4. We need a composites. So this is gonna get very interesting. Output yaw is going there. We're also going to be needing 3 reading. Composite number read. There we go. Now comes the logic-y bits. All right, we're not drawing anything on here. We are just going to be doing some logic stuff. So I'm trying to think about a method of going up and down. So yes, there's control mechanisms to control the little wingy bits, so I can go up and down. But as you may have witnessed, that could be a little tricky. Because if I have it say, oh, when it's less, the altitude's less than a certain thing, go ahead and just pull up. Well, then it's going to be like, okay, but it's going to keep pulling up until it does backflips. I don't want that. So yeah, I don't want that. I think I might need some additional information here. Tilt sensor. Well, I'm going to have you here. There. Okay, this is going to help prevent me from completely screwing up some things. So let's have the tilting be our mechanism for going up or going down. Okay, so you're going up and you're going down. Well, you're reading from the same thing. So, okay. This has just gotten more complicated because of safety measures. Channel 10. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? Oh man. Oh man, okay. This is also, I cannot stall. That's the issue. I just don't want to stall. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't want to stall. If I can make the system just level itself out while the yaw does all the adjustments, then I can have it turn to a destination, level itself out. Okay. Simplifying things. I'm simplifying things. So here's the thought now. I'm simplifying all this to make it where there's 2 things that the system will change by itself. One is the altitude. So it will adjust itself and reach whatever altitude you want. And then 2, there's an auto level feature that'll be in place where it will just keep itself level with altitude and with the roll. And, well, the pitch is going to be controlled by the altitude. So the yaw is the one that's going to actually adjust and turn the whole entire vessel so as to go to the destination that you want to go. Okay. Okay, so I think the altitude management should be clean and good. Okay, that should be fine. Next, we need to think about yaw direction. Let me see. Yeah, we need direction adjustment. No, I'll call it face to target destination. Face the target destination / yaw controls. Alright, so this is the stuff that stormwork builders don't really get into, because it's probably boring in the videos, but in case you guys are curious, stick around. But we're gonna dive into the math here. So here's the issue right now. We have our current location in X and Y coordinates. So that's our X and Y current. Then we have the X and Y for our set destination that we want to go to. All right. This is the classic coordinate grid. 0 being the origin, and you got your little tick marks here. All right, you got that. Let's put a point here. Now, let me make this bigger. The origin being where we are. And say the destination's up here. Oops. Destination. All right, this is all in our classic coordinate with the X's and the Y's and whatnot. But there's another issue. We have direction. Okay? And this direction has to do with circles. Okay? So this direction information we're going to use to determine whether we should turn right towards the destination, or should we turn left towards the destination? This takes into account our direction. So the question is, so we have the direction for the self. We have that information. But then how about the direction for the destination? This is the big unknown that we got to figure out. So what do we do here? Well, the answer: triangles. So here's what's the deal. So this is our destination. Let's say that. This is where we are. There's another kind of coordinate grid that we can go by, which takes the distance from the origin and then the angle, theta, in radians. The question is, can we translate these X and Y coordinates to a theta and distance? Yes, through triangles. So let's look at this here. We have a theta within this triangle, and then we have the hypotenuse. So from there, we're going to have to try to translate our X and Y coordinate bits into a hypotenuse and theta. How do we do that? Okay, this is when it gets interesting. So let's say our destination, we have ourselves the X, and then we have ourselves the Y. We need ourselves the theta. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. We need a hypotenuse, and we don't know what that is. And we need the theta in radians. We don't know what that is. A little bit of trigonometry can help us with that. Take trigonometric functions. So we got the sine, cosine, and tangent of an angle. Oops, that's a percent sign. Of theta. It's going to equal their respective pieces. Okay. This would be opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, opposite over adjacent. So what are we going to use here? Well, we don't have theta, nor do we have hypotenuse. What do we have? Well, we have only the x's and the y, which means we have the opposite of wherever our location is. Okay, so we got the opposite, which is y. Got the adjacent, which is x, which means if we're going to find the angle, this is our guy right over here. So we rearrange this a little bit. Okay, check this out. We rearrange it. So to get our theta, all we need is opposite over adjacent divided by divided by tangent. So there we go. We got our angle. But are we done yet? No, we're not done yet. Because now we got to translate it to stormworks numbers. Because stormworks has it where, see, unlike theta here, which measures the entire circle, you know, being this is where a flat line is pi. Okay, stormworks goes by top being equal to 0, bottom being equal to 0.5. So now we have to translate this nonsense into this nonsense. This one to that one. So that's going to come with a conversion method. Okay, so let's see. Conversion method. We're all going to just go for a half circle. So that should be pretty easy. Positive theta, if the origin is up here, you know, assuming north, okay, will be there. Negative theta, negative theta, positive pi, negative pi is going to be over here. So there's our little conversion bit. So that means from a scale from 3.14, which is pi, will then be divided by 0.5, and this here should be our translation. Now, whether it be a positive or a negative, plus or minus, will get us our direction. So, backing up, what have we deduced? Well, we're going to go ahead and use this translation of tangent, the relationship of tangent using opposite and adjacent, or x and y, opposite being y, y, and this is being x. Okay, that actually works pretty good. So we use those coordinates to get a theta relative to where we are. So there's that. And then we have ours. Okay, it will compare our current direction with its current direction. So that's when we translate things and see how that goes. Now, the only little gap in my knowledge that gets me concerned is when we measure theta for our set destination, will we or will we not be reading from north to either side, or will we be reading from the here? Because when measuring an angle theta, you start here on this line, and then you go around counterclockwise. This is the only gap that I'm thinking we'll run into. This little flaw. That is the issue there. So, okay, that is problematic. But yes, so that is our bits of information we need to take into account. One is the conversion, which is the opposites, so which is the y divided by x divided by tangent, okay, or times 1 over tangent, whichever works. That's when we'll get our theta, and then the theta translation will be the 3.14 divided by 0.5, because we're thinking about 180 degrees. It'll either be one to the right or to the left. Again, the big issue is the origin of of where it starts. This is going to be a bit of a conundrum. That is for sure. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for now because I'm going to play with this and see what things I have to fix. So if you guys are enjoying all this absolute madness, then by all means subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified of the next video. If you guys really do want me to get in depth with all this math, then I will be glad to show you how all this stuff is happening in the background. But if not, just let me know. I'll go ahead and skip all this. So next time, I'm going to try to fix all this bits here and there, get it to work, go over an explanation how everything goes, and show you the results. Until next time, my name is Edward, and this has been Stormworks.